Don't ask me the science, but it works. I'm feeling very Parent Trap right now. All right, so the other night I was doing one of my a little bit weird beauty routines that I realized I had never talked about on the interwebs. So I just started thinking about kind of my like holy grail products and just specific things I do, kind of like my beauty secrets that I haven't necessarily shared about. So I have 10 different things I'm going to talk about in today's video. Any specific products I mentioned will be linked down below in the description box. All right, first off, we're going to talk a little bit about hair, and specifically I have my drugstore shampoo and conditioner that have been holy grail status for the last couple years. I'm so excited to share that this video is sponsored by Garnier Fructis, because if you've seen any of my videos over the last, I want to say couple years now, I've been raving about the Garnier Grow Strong line. I've gone through so many bottles of this shampoo and conditioner. I know a lot of you have ended up purchasing this. This is what I use on my hair every single time I wash my hair. Specifically the Grow Strong line, the fortifying shampoo and fortifying conditioners. A couple years ago when I was in Arizona, I super randomly picked this up at, I think it was at Safeway. I washed my hair with this stuff for the first time and my hair was so sleek, so shiny, and I was like, maybe it's just the weather here. So I kept using it, and no, it's definitely this stuff. I can confirm after traveling all over the US in different states, different climates, humidities, dryness, Seattle weather, like all over the place last couple years. This stuff is my holy grail shampoo and conditioner, and it's just a super bonus that it's affordable, it's cruelty-free, it's formulated without parabens and DMDM hydantoin. And it's a vegan formula, there's no animal-derived ingredients in here. Plus, this bottle is made of 100% recycled plastic. But out of all of the drugstore and high-end shampoo and conditioners I've used over the years, this legit gives me the softest, sleekest, shiniest hair out of any shampoo and conditioner I've tried. I've said that in other videos. I feel like it really helps with my flyaways and frizz and just making my hair super healthy and shiny. The shampoo lathers super well, and something I've done for years and I always just feel like it works super well for me. I leave my conditioner on in the shower for a few minutes, like as long as possible while I'm shaving or doing other stuff. I almost use it like a hair mask because it makes your hair so soft. When you're in the shower, after it sits on for a couple minutes, just like finger comb through your hair. Whenever people have come here, stayed at my apartment, showered in, I have this in the guest bathroom too in here. My mom afterwards was like, I need to buy the Garnier Fructis shampoo and conditioner. My boyfriend loves it. And I know a lot of you have ended up purchasing it and have loved it as well. So comment down below if you're in that group, but it smells like apple. It has apple extract in it and niacinamide. If Garnier Fructis ever discontinues these, just don't do that to me, please. Reach out to me first and I will buy up the entire stock. I'll have Garnier Fructis linked down below. I'm also gonna pin a comment in the description with all of the links there as well, so you can find the links super easy there. So next up, let's talk about dermaplaning. I've been dermaplaning for, I don't even know how long, probably like 9 years. Dermaplaning, if you haven't heard of it, is basically shaving your face. I feel like it's a nicer way for us ladies to say we're shaving our face, but that's what it is. You're getting the hair off your face. I have a lot of peach fuzz. These are my two favorite razors, but the secret that I do is I actually take a face oil. The ordinary rosehip oil is the one I use. You could use any of your face oils, but I wouldn't say like, you probably don't want to use like a super expensive high-end one because it's not gonna really stay on your face. But what I do is I used to wash my face, put on with a face wash and then dermaplane. But once I started switching to using a facial oil to dermaplane, whoa, the difference was wild. I feel like it keeps my skin really moisturized while I'm doing it, but it also makes it so the razors just glide over easier. For some reason, I feel like I get a closer shave. I just do very small motions with the razor going down like this, down my face. You'll see peach fuzz coming off. You'll see some dead skin probably coming off. I find it so satisfying. I've tried a lot of razors over the years. I feel like at one point the Tinkle razors were super popular. These are my two favorites. I will link them down below. If you need an extra sharp one, this blue one. Years ago, I went on Accutane, so I know dry skin, like severely dry skin. And I would say in the last few months, my skin has been rivaling how my skin was when I was on Accutane, like and not quite as dry, but pretty freaking close. I've been having just like eczema, weird red patches, gone to the dermatologist. And so I've just been trying a lot of different things for super dry skin. A couple things I did that have massively made a difference. The first is increase my water intake, obvious one. The second, which is this tip I'm gonna mention here. I went on a quest for the best hand cream. The one that made the biggest difference and then now I swear by is this Gold Bond healing hand cream. It says lasts through hand washing. It has a nice just fresh scent, but if you have super dry skin, what you want to do is when you're in bed at night and you don't need to like touch your phone or anything anymore, I do a generous amount of this. Really coat your hands. Sometimes I even put a little Aquaphor in there. This is the healing ointment. This is basically like Vaseline texture, so you definitely don't want to be touching anything after this. If they're not like severely dry that day, I'll just use that one. But sometimes the two. And then I take these skincare gloves and I pop these babies on. And I am looking so cool in my sleep. Snooze it up like this, but this just makes it so the moisture in the product is really locked in there. And then also it's not like sliding around and getting your bed sheets all oily and stuff. And you can throw these in the wash, but this I can also use during the day because it absorbs in really well while still moisturizing. Even if you don't have super dry skin, but you just want to help with the aging and help with your hands, you could definitely still do this. All right, we're gonna talk about women's health for a minute because I just feel like it's important. It shouldn't be this like taboo thing to talk about. Most of us at some point or another or chronically get yeast infections. And sometimes the antibiotics just don't work, at least for me, or it'll like take it away temporarily and then it'll come back. Some people are just more prone to them. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, not a gynecologist, but I did run this by my gynecologist who gave it the go ahead. But these are boric acid suppositories. So basically these restore your pH balance. All natural relief, it says, for vaginal itch, odor, and pH balance. There's no fillers, dyes, or perfume in here. It's a 30-day supply. So you can use them in different ways. Like you can use it as maintenance if you're someone who is prone to getting infections and stuff. You can pop one up there at night. I will say put in like a panty liner or put in a pad because it does run out a little bit. This was the only thing that really helped me. I mean, this did more than any of the prescribed medications. Whenever I start feeling that, I start using them as like maintenance again. And so far it has kept it at bay and worked wonders for me. This next contraption, or whatever you want to call this, I am so excited to talk about. Basically, this is an electric foot file. So if you get super cracked heels, which I have had, especially the last few years, but just I think getting older, I mean, my mom has it. I've always used like something like this, a foot file, pumice scrubbers and all of that. But I'm telling you, this is one of the best Amazon purchases I've ever made because you don't have to sit there scrubbing your freaking heels for forever. This is an electric foot file, so you can put on the coarse one or the more fine one. You just slightly dampen your feet wherever you have roughness and dryness that you want to get rid of. Turn it on and it does the work for you. And then you can just take these out and rinse it off. It just has a little charger at the bottom. And then the after, literally my heel feels like a friggin' baby. It's like not cracked at all, just super smooth. I'll use this and then I put on Carousel. This is a intensive foot repair. I've used this off and on over the years and this stuff works super well. And now what I'm doing is I'll use the file and then just as like maintenance in between, I'll put this on anytime I'm at home, just like chilling for the day, or if I think about it overnight, I put this on my heels and then I put socks on so that at least throughout the day, I'm moisturizing my heels. So one of my shaving tips that I've done for years now is instead of using a body wash or a shaving cream like a foam, you gotta get a shave oil. I've gone through so many of these over the years. My favorite shave oil is by Tree Hut. This one is an empty, it's the candy cane. Right now I'm going through the Tahitian vanilla bean, which personally I love the scent of. They have a lot of different fragrances, but this is a game changer when it comes to shaving. I'll link my favorite razor down below too, but I just feel like I get the closest shave with a shave oil. My skin doesn't get irritated. The biggest thing is that it doesn't get your razor all clogged up because it's just like a very liquidy, I mean, maybe you can see in here, but it's like a pretty liquidy oil. So because of that, it's not thick and like clogging up the razor the same way that a shaving cream does. You don't have to rinse it off as often. This is one of those products that I've repurchased so many times over the years. All right, hair growth. Over the years, I've always gotten asked how I get my hair to grow so fast. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like a lot of it is genetics, but there is one product that I for sure notice the difference when I'm using it and when I'm not, as far as just hair and nails. And I've tested this theory because I would have it at my parents' house in San Diego when I was traveling, and I would be only using it when I was like back there, or I would put it in a little bag and have it for like a month or two while I was traveling, and then I would run out. So I have been like, there's periods of time where I haven't used it in the last few years, and it's collagen powder. So this brand, I love the packaging of this one because it's nice and neutral, it's pretty. This isn't my favorite brand. I'll have the one I really noticed the difference with linked down below in the description box. Collagen peptides, I originally started using because it's supposed to be good for your joints and for your bones as well. And so that's why I started putting it in my coffee or in smoothies. It's just a super fine powder that dissolves really nicely, but I do feel like the taste of the one in the blue packaging is like a little bit less. I just don't notice that one as much as I notice this one. This one is totally fine too, but the blue one's just a little bit better in my opinion. When I'm using collagen peptides, my hair is growing, folks. If you're trying to get your hair to grow, I would try this out along with the Garnier shampoo and conditioner, because that I feel like also helps strengthen it and just keep it really healthy. And also my nails, like when I took off my acrylics, the woman in the salon was like, whoa, your nails are actually still really thick and really healthy for having acrylics on for literally a few years in a row. These ones are glue on, and I was doing my at-home gels before the glue ons. This lotion, you might be thinking like, okay, it's Cetaphil, nothing special. This is the one with ceramides. So there's a different version that doesn't have ceramides. This I was recommended to use from my dermatologist because it's just super gentle, very effective, thick, just like a good body lotion. And I was using body lotion before. I love the EOS one, love the scent of it. I've talked about that in Raves and Rejects videos. But when I started using this one, I felt like my self tanner was lasting so much longer, and I don't think it's that my skin was just moisturized, because like I said, I was using the EOS one before. There's something about this that I just do feel like extends the life of my self tanner, and I've tested this with different self tanners at this point. Maybe it's just mental. I think it actually does make my self tanner stay on a little bit longer. And then the other benefit is it's just a really good body lotion that's actually super moisturizing, and I lather my body all over in this stuff. It feels nice and moisturizing, but it again absorbs in. All right, and then my last tip, this is kind of a weird niche one, and I don't quite know how to explain this, so let me try. I don't know what it is about my hair, but whenever I'm in a salon, they have such a hard time blow drying my hair. Like, yes, it's thick and I have a lot of hair, but my hair does this weird thing where if the dry hair touches the wet hair and it's not all, like basically if you're blow drying it in sections, it's not gonna end well and it's gonna take forever to get dry. This is how I get my hair dry within about 10 to 15 minutes. I almost always will wash my hair at night. I sleep in it wet, and I know there are different TikTok philosophies on this. This is what I've done my entire life. Clearly my hair, I mean, it works for me. I towel dry it, I do sleep on my hair damp. Same thing goes, by the way, if I'm washing my hair and blow drying it in the same day. This isn't only if I'm doing it overnight and my hair is mostly dry. I blow dry it this way no matter what. I wake up, it's about 60% dry, so I just let it air dry overnight, so that it cuts the blow drying time way down. But then what I do is don't section off, because I want all of my hair to be drying at the same rate. I take a blow dry brush, just like a round brush. I work around my head at the same pace, so I'm not getting like half of it fully dry and then going over to the other side. I kind of just go around my head with the round brush, both sides going back and forth, so that there's not any damp pieces touching the pieces that are like starting to get dry. I go both directions, so I do it on the underside, over top, and my hair is dry in about 10 to 15 minutes. If I'm not sleeping on it wet and doing it all in one go, depending on how long I let it air dry, like the same day, then it'll take maybe like 20 minutes, but still pretty quick. It kind of sounds like counterintuitive because if you have a lot of hair, you would think you would want to section it off. Don't ask me the science, but it works. So those are my 10 random things I do that have worked really well for me. So let me know if you try any of these out, how it works for you. Again, I'll have everything linked down below in the description box, along with the Garnier Fructis Grow Strong line, the shampoo and conditioner. Holy, holy grail. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.